Good afternoon everybody, welcome back to Market Insights with Linux and welcome to this new video in which we're going to do a full update, both technical, fundamental, both long-term and short-term on gold, alright, or XAUUSD of course, which is the objective naming of the ticker you're trading. So let's get right into it. Now obviously we have to start with the fundamentals, and fundamentals, look, technicals can give you a good idea of what gold is doing, and I'll definitely show you that as well. And in the past, if you watch my previous gold videos or my gold analysis that I sometimes do in the Telegram channel we have, which by the way links will be down in the description. It's completely free. I have nothing to sell you, so consider joining that if you're interested in updates on there as well. But gold actually reacts to technicals very well, but ultimately all the major impulse moves, or at least the majority of them, are always based on fundamentals. And right now the fundamentals are flaring up quite a bit. There is a lot going on fundamentally, so it's almost too much for me to explain in this video, and I also do not want to get too political in videos like these. But at this point of time, it seems like on the one hand, you know, the drama or the tension between, on the one hand, Israel and the United States, and on the other hand, Iran and allies, is the main driver of this bullish momentum for gold right now, in this increase in unrest, right? Because if we quickly glance over all the relevant statistics, we can see that the S&P 500 opened relatively strong right here, but has pushed down a little bit right here, as you can see, or is pushing down at this point of time. And then more importantly, gold or oil, my apologies, oil is trying to break out. Which can be disastrous for worldwide economies, and therefore is also bullish for gold. And the volatility index, even though it has pulled back a little bit over the course of today, is trading much higher than the close yesterday, or the open yesterday at least. So yeah, there's reasons to be cautious, but ultimately the fact whether gold is going to break out or not, which is the main question, but we'll get into that in a moment. By looking at the technicals, is very much a fundamental question. All right, it's a fundamental question if we are going to see further escalation right now or de-escalation. And in my opinion, that is pure speculation, and ultimately we should rely on the technicals to actually get a good idea of that. So let's get right into it. Now, on the higher time frames, gold, as you can see right here, has been on the daily time frame, as you can see right here, in an uptrend. Technically that's true, but I think that needs a little bit more of a nuance, because I would argue that at least for the last 2 months, after the top we made right here, the 22nd of April, we have more so been consolidating. However, with the higher time frames, also with the 12-hour time frame, by the way, right here, where since the 20th of May we've actually respected the trend band. We're in a consolidation with the most likely breakout being a bullish breakout, right? So at this point of time, we're trying to get that bullish breakout right here above the value area high. On the higher time frames, you could argue, especially on the daily time frame, that the trend is up. So it's looking pretty good for gold that we are going to break out, but ultimately, I would argue the final test is whether we are actually going to be able to get a sustained breakout above 3,400. Because at this point of time, technically, we have not broken out yet. The volume would be enough for a sustained breakout. The volume is definitely not something that I would say, all right, well, that's not enough to break out. Now we just need to get confirmation, all right? And I think the main level we need to watch for confirmation is 3,400. If we are able to get a breakout above that with the same volume, right? But I expect that the volume will stay relatively similar. But if we are going to be able to get that breakout, and we can actually hold the breakout at 3,400, then that is enough confirmation for me to say that I think the higher time frame uptrend will continue. And I think on the lower time frames, we can also start some sort of an uptrend, which is actually not going on right now, into that next major resistance level at 3,460 and 3,500. So for now, we need to wait on that confirmation. And you can just keep an eye on the technicals for that confirmation. You can keep an eye on the news and the fundamentals as well. Ultimately, they'll go hand in hand. But those fundamentals are very much what's going to determine whether we get this breakout or not. So, you know, would I say that we're going to get this breakout? Eventually, I would argue yes. But because we have not confirmed a breakout right now, and because we have been in a consolidation on the 12-hour time frame for the last 2 months, for now I will have to say that I think it's a little bit more likely that we are going to stay in this consolidation. All right. Very often when we have instability, like we're seeing right now in the markets, it ends with that nothing happens. Right, that is just the truth of it, and therefore, in combination with the technicals on the 12-hour time frame, I'd say it's a little bit more likely that we will not do this, but that we will maybe spike up higher, but that ultimately we will fall back into the range and drop back down into 3,300. The only way in which we can do something like this is with severe escalation. So that is what I think you need to know regarding gold for now. Hopefully it helps. Like I said, consider joining our Telegram group in the description. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.